For the past 1 week, I've been securely running my Clawdbot or OpenClaw on Secure VPS. I'm going to show you everything from scratch in this video, so even if you're completely non-technical, you would know exactly how to do it. And this is much simpler thanks to OpenClaw template from Hostinger. This is a Docker template and you can get started right away. But I'm going to start one level above, where let us say you just got the VPS, and if you use the coupon code OneLittleCoder, you would get 10% discount on all your Hostinger services. So I'm going to show you exactly from scratch. So we have got a new machine which is KVM2 here. I want to click setup first. Then later on I'll show you how to install OpenClaw. You have to select a server location. In my case, I live in India, so it's easier for me to select India. But you can go through this and then select whatever country is easy for you with the lowest latency. Then you have to select the operating system. So at some point you can also do remote desktop. So for that, I'm going to go with Ubuntu because it's easier for me to understand. But you can go select any operating system that you want. I'm going to select Ubuntu. This is the Ubuntu version that we are selecting. Select. Once you have that, you have to create a root password. Either you give a password or you can just click generate password and then use the password. So you can copy this and then keep it somewhere in your notepad or somewhere so that you can use this later on. If you want to add an SSH key, you can do that as well. I'm going to skip that for now. Click next. Next, you can add the malware scanner and also you can add the Docker manager. These two things will be helpful. Docker manager, especially if you want to add the OpenClaw template. So click finish setup. This will take a couple of minutes. At this point, as you can see, our setup is done. We have our SSH access. You should not share this IP with anybody because anybody can log into your machine. Ideally, they need the password, but you shouldn't share this with anybody. So you can gain a root access with this. Copy this and then keep it in the notepad so that it is handy for you later on when you're trying to log in through your terminal from your local machine. So I would show how to install Clawdbot 1 through the web application, but also I would show how to do the same thing through the terminal so that you have both the understanding. So now all you have to do is click manage VPS. Once you click manage VPS, you will get this screen where you can see that your VPS is running Ubuntu. This is your SSH access. All you have to do is go to Docker Manager, click projects. Currently you don't have any project. So go to catalog, and once you go to catalog, just search for OpenClaw. So click deploy, and once you click deploy, it is going to ask a bunch of environment variables. So it's very important for you to give these environment variables so that the configuration begins with that. Again, this is a Hostinger setup to make it easier for you to do all these things. So I've got OpenAI, which is a paid account. Gemini, I'm using the free key, which should be fairly simply enough because you wouldn't hit a lot of rate limits if you're not constantly bombarding. Ideally, Anthropic would be the best option here. So you can also add your WhatsApp number for you to access it through WhatsApp, but we can set it up later as well. Click deploy. Once you do that, this Docker image is going to be deployed inside your VPS. So consider VPS is your computer and this is a software that is being installed inside your computer. At this point, OpenClaw has been successfully installed in your computer, but we still have to set it up. So you can see here, it is up and running. You can access it here. You have documentation. Click the documentation. You can go to OpenClaw documentation and then see and click this quick start. It will take you to Hostinger's documentation and then explain everything that I'm going to show in this video. So now all you have to do is click open link. And once you open, you will reach this place. All you have to do is paste the token link that you have already copied. But if you do not have the token link, all you have to do is go back to your VPS, the project's Docker project we have got, click manage. And once you click manage, you will see all the environment variable. Go to environment variable, copy this one. Once you copy this one, this is basically your OpenClaw gateway token. And come back here, paste the token and click login. And once you do that, voila, you are inside OpenClaw gateway dashboard. Once you have logged in, you can just click new session and then that will technically give you a fresh session. There is persistent memory, but it will give you a fresh session. So you can go chat with that. Like for example, you can ask, who are you? And then for that question, it will send it through an LLM and then it will try to process it. And you can see here, it says, hey, I just came online, but I don't think we have met yet. Who are you? What should we get started on? I'm currently running on Gemini 3 Flash, though I usually lean on GPT 5.2 for heavy lifting. So you can go see the same thing in logs as well. So you can see the logs and then understand what it is doing, what it is trying to do. Though the first thing that I would strongly encourage you to do, the very first thing is go to config, search for tail scale, and then make sure that you allow tail scale. So this is going to help your system, in this case, the Clawdbot or OpenClaw system within your VPS to be secured, not available on internet as an open port. So I'm going to click save and then after that we can reload it. So this way you can see the health went offline and then it is back okay and online. So you can see that this is a secure VPS where you're running Clawdbot or OpenClaw. And for the question that we ask, who are you? It is coming and giving us answer. Like you can go to channels and connect it, say show QR code. And if it does, you can connect it with your WhatsApp. Probably one of the easiest ways for you to connect with your chat messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram through the web interface. Even though this is all well and good. So for example, you can go to agents and see the chatbot that you're using. Here we are using GPT 5.2 and we have already added the key for Gemini 3 flash preview. So even though this is perfectly fine, I generally prefer doing it through CLI, which gives me more control, more options to select different models. Every time I don't have to go to the config file to make any changes. I mean, you can do that here in the web interface as well. But I want to also show you an option how you can go to the CLI and then get things done. So there are two ways you can do that. Option one is you can go to your VPS, click overview, and then click terminal. And once you click terminal, you will get the terminal for your VPS and then you can install it here. It will look like this. The option two is much cleaner option. And then I would say more professional option. A lot of developers do it, not just for OpenClaw, but for other projects as well. So you can use your local terminal. Like for example, in my case, I can use my item. So I have a new item. I can invoke it and then I can have it like this. I can use my item. I can use my terminal locally. If you're on Windows, you can use your command prompt and then SSH into this machine. So this machine sits somewhere in the cloud, somewhere in the world, and you can SSH into that machine. Securely, you can log into the machine and then do the same process. I find this giving me more control as a developer because a lot of these troubleshooting, for example, if you go see the troubleshooting aspects of OpenClaw, a lot of these are CLI based tools. So I would strongly encourage you to also try out the CLI option, which will give you more control and more options to play with. See, if you're not comfortable with the CLI option, it's completely fine. But for people who can play with CLI, this is more fun. This is giving you more control to play with. So let's get started about how to SSH into this machine and install a fresh OpenClaw. I've opened my terminal. You can open your command prompt, bash, whatever terminal that you have got. And all you have to do is copy this and then send this SSH space root into this. Just go with S. Okay. You have permanently added. Paste the password. Once you paste the password is something that we already have. We have successfully gained access into this machine. So at this point, you can see here, we have gained access into the remote machine. So it's not our local machine anymore. We have gained access into this remote machine. And now we can do much more fun things. Like for example, we can go and then start directly installing OpenClaw. So go to home of OpenClaw. It's like very simple. All you have to do is copy this, come back here and do this. And OpenClaw requires Node.js to be available. And this will also start installing Node.js if it is not found. So this is much easier option. If you are not familiar with terminal, you can go with the Docker template, the OpenClaw template. But if you can just do this first SSHing part, then you can have more fun and it is giving you more control to do a lot more things. As you can see here, we have started the setup and it detected that we have a Linux operating system. As you remember, like we started with Ubuntu OS and then it is preparing the environment. Node.js was not available. It has installed Node.js. Node.js v22 has been successfully installed. And now it is installing the latest version of OpenClaw for us to use it. And at this point, you can see the OpenClaw has been successfully installed, the very latest version. And then there is an onboarding and it says, please read it. It's a hobby project. It's still in beta. There are sharp edges. That's okay. You can say, I understand, select and then run it. You want to do quick start or manual. Let's go with quick start. And then here you can select OpenClaw founder. Peter says is Anthropic because the model is extremely good, but I'm going to go ahead with OpenAI. But if you want to start with something that is free, you can also start with Gemini API key and then see how it goes. There are a couple of different options as well. So you can do OAuth as well. So even in OpenAI, you can use Codex, store a key and then do OAuth. But for now, we are going to go with a very simple API key setup. So I'm going to go ahead with OpenAI Codex and we are not going to use ChatGPT OAuth. We are going to do OpenAI API key. But like I said, you can still do ChatGPT OAuth. So you will get a URL, you can log in and then copy it and paste it. This is extremely helpful if you don't have an OpenAI developer account and then you just want to use the services for free if you have a Plus OpenAI subscription. Click OpenAI API key and all you have to do is enter the OpenAI API key. Done. So now the OpenAI API key has been pasted. You can select whatever model that you want. I'm going to keep GPT 5.1 codex default one. Select what bot you want. You can go ahead with Telegram. With Telegram, you have to create the Telegram bot, but WhatsApp is much more easier. But the WhatsApp interface is like you are chatting with yourself. Telegram is like you're chatting with a different person. But I'm going to go ahead with WhatsApp for now. So click QR link, WhatsApp link, and then it will give us a QR code. And once you have the QR code, it is saying scan the QR code with WhatsApp on your phone. Credentials are stored under this. Okay, it is giving me the QR code. I'm going to open my WhatsApp on my phone. So it says WhatsApp phone setup. This is my personal phone number. Let's say this is my personal phone number. Done. And it is asking me the number from which it will message me. So I'm going to enter my number. WhatsApp has been successfully configured. And it is asking me, do I want to configure any skills? Let's go with the default ones. Homebrew install command, done. Go with npm. And then you can see that it failed to install summarize. That's okay. It failed to install OpenAI Whisper because brew is not installed. Now it is installing Claude Hub. So let's see. Do you want Google? Nope. Do you want to set Gemini API key? Nope. You want Notion? Nope. 11 Labs? Nope. And for memory, I'm going to go ahead with session memory for now. Okay. Select space. Select the option. Now everything has been done. So your gateway has been successfully installed. So it is asking, do you want in the web UI? Do you want in the TUI? So I'm going to go ahead with the terminal UI. That is much easier for me. I'm going to go ahead and done. It says wake up my friend, and you can see here. Meanwhile, I can go to my WhatsApp. Now that we have successfully connected WhatsApp, I would like to quickly show you a couple of use cases of how I've been using OpenClaw or Clawdbot. The first thing I'm going to say is, who are you? And I've already given it a persona, which I've called it Lumen, and it is going to probably say I'm Lumen. And you can see that when I send this message, this is basically chatting with the VPS system, and then it is getting response back. So you would see some latency for some queries. Some queries would be extremely fast. So it says I'm Lumen. So I'm going to give the first task. So the first task I'm going to give is I'm going to ask it to scrape this page and then give me what is the 19th article here. Okay. So you can see here it says Gidra by NSA, or maybe we should go with 18, token anxiety. So I'm going to go back here, scrape this and give me what's the 18th article and give me the summary of it. Okay. So as you know here, this is something that easily can't be done by ChatGPT or Claude of the world, because it has to scrape it first. They can't just search on Google and then get it. It has to write a Python script, scrape it, pinpoint exactly the 18th piece, and then get back the answer. So we're going to see if OpenClaw can do it. And the next task we are going to give is, I think it has made a small mistake. I think the 18th one is slightly different from what we see here, which is glitchy cam. Okay, so glitchy, which is the 9th one. So the next task, what we are going to give is, we are going to give it an image. In this case, I'm going to give this image. And as you know here, this image is a 1024 by 1024. You can see here. And it is going to be 1K resolution. So I'm going to give this image, copy this image address, go back here. Once that is done, please give me the size of this image and its dimension. Okay, so it still, I think, managed to make it wrong. Why? I'm worried about job loss. So if we go back, job loss. So it is 27th. I think it did not get the right order, but if I ask it to give the top 10 items, it would probably do a better job. So again, that is another place you can see that this communication requires like back and forth. It's not like very magical for you to do it. So here it gave me a response very fast. So I gave the image, it said it's 1024 by 2024, 1 megapixel, everything good. So one thing that you would know, that we are inside a VPS, we are contacting it through SSH, primarily through terminal. I've already asked it to enable a remote desktop setup within the VPS. Now I'm asking it how to connect. I already have an application in my computer. So I have to just use the public VPS here, and you know the public VPS here. Give the IP, select it, continue. And once I do that, we have a new remote machine. Yep. So we have successfully asked OpenClaw to install remote desktop computer. And then we have a new machine. We have a machine where you can see home. And in fact, like I can go back to my OpenClaw and then ask it to do can you create a folder on the desktop that says one little coder is the best? Okay, so I've said, can you create a folder on the desktop that says one little coder is the best? So a lot of people complain about VPS saying that, it's black box. You have to just access everything through terminal. You can't like install applications. That is exactly why you can ask OpenClaw or Clawdbot to install remote desktop application, and then you can access it. So I can go here, and then if you see the desktop, the folder one little coder is the best is created just like that. You can go here, do anything that you want. It's a remote desktop machine. You can just like install application, Slack, whatever you want to do. You can basically do everything. And this concludes our tutorial of how to use Clawdbot on Hostinger VPS and using the 10% discount. If you use the coupon code one little coder, you can get 10% discount. You can securely use Clawdbot or OpenClaw. You don't have to pay subscription to anybody. Here in this case, with Hostinger VPS, with the KVM2 machine, you're actually getting a machine. It's not the service for Clawdbot you are paying. With this computer, you can do a lot more things. Clawdbot is one of the softwares that is installed in this machine. You can do a lot more. You can install any application that you want. You can host websites. Basically, it's a computer that you have got in cloud, and the potential is immense. Let me know in the comment section if you want more Clawdbot videos, Clawdbot tutorials. But for now, see you in another video. Happy prompting.